Taurus, welcome to your general reading for the month of October with me, Adrian Nelson, your psychic tarot reader. I hope that you're doing absolutely amazing. I would like to apologize that for the past 2 weeks I haven't been able to upload readings on a weekly basis for all zodiac signs as I normally do. I was quite sick and then I had all sorts of other responsibilities I needed to take care of, so I wasn't able to give you 100%, and I am dead set against giving you less than my absolute best. I got some fishes in the meantime though, and I've also completed my OSHO Zen tarot reading course, which is an online course. There is a link for it down below in the description. Definitely go ahead and check that out. Also, the first couple of lessons are free, so you get to decide, if I am the coach for you. You don't just have to sign up and hope for the best. And included in that free option is also a guided meditation, so which will be very beneficial for you. So definitely go ahead and check that out. All right. With all of that being said, I'm using the Osho Zen Tarot to see what is the energy that has led you towards where you currently are, what is happening in your current space, and also, especially, what is it that you want to focus on during the month of October to serve your highest good and your highest abundance. It is a general reading. Take it as it resonates. All right. Let's see. Some of you have been very in your mind, very in your mind, very in your mind. And some of you may be taking on some things that you are best left alone. All right. So, first of all, the energy that has brought you towards where you currently are, one of the most destructive emotional energies probably on this planet, which is guilt. Now, depending on whatever it is that you might be feeling guilty about, I feel that some of you have really been in your mind and it's like you stomped yourself down. Like, wasn't good enough, wasn't strong enough, didn't do well enough, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And I can see that some of you were really sort of like in that battle of the mind, maybe trying to prove yourself to others, to yourself. And when we have that, it's always a good question to ask, where is this motivation for this stemming from? Because a lot of times when we're trying so hard to prove ourselves, especially to others, it's sometimes that we are trying to prove that we are good enough. But by your very nature, by your very being, you are more than good enough. You've been born good enough. All right. But some of you have been in the destructive energy of guilt. And sometimes it's also good for guilt to come up because you get to see the things that you haven't dealt with yet. The little jackals that basically ruin the vineyard. So sometimes it's good to get clarity on what those things actually are so that you can move away from those things in a healthy way. All right. Then in your current space, you've got the burden. Now, the burden is one of those energies, and also both of these energies are very mind space energies, very 3D energies, very in that energies of like, am I good enough? Am I strong enough? It's also the lessons that we need to learn. It's the things that we are challenged by. It's the things that are holding us back. It's the self-sabotage that we sometimes initiate or maintain in our own lives. With the burden energy, this is letting you know that you might need to take a bit of a sober look at your life. There might be some parasitical energies that are in your life. People that just want, and that will definitely be around and stick around as long as you are willing to give, until you probably get to a space where you are no longer willing to give, and then they will disappear. So that is something that you definitely want to, be aware of. I'm not recommending that you are distrustful of every single person, that walks across the threshold of your life. But the choices to really ask is, when you give, how does that make you feel afterwards? What is the direct impact for that in your life? I always say that you can give whatever you want to give. But if it really makes you feel drained and empty and not good enough and not strong enough and all those type of things, you might want to reconsider those things. All right. You may have been, let's for example say something like, so I sort of started in a more professional capacity of doing my business ahngreatlife in sort of like in the middle of 2019. And at that point, because I didn't have a strong client base, every single morning, Monday to Friday, I will go live on Facebook. And always just to really, it wasn't so much about trying to get clients, it was to support other people. And I like to do a lot of other things for free because I wanted to help. But then you get to a point where you grow, and then it's not really sort of like conducive for you to keep on doing those things any longer. It doesn't mean that you don't want to. It just means that maybe you need to sort of like reshift those things. Maybe you need to still keep it, maybe, recontemplate how you do that in a different way. And for some of you, it might be necessary with that, with your setup in life. It might also be necessary with some people, because there might be some freeloaders that just really want, and they might say all these eloquent things of like, we are friends, and I'm there for you, and forever and always, until you are no longer able to give them everything they get from you, and then they might disappear like mist before the sun. Okay? Your focus for October, and this might seem like the most simple thing to do here with the Eight of Rainbows, which is ordinariness. I'm so sorry. My doggy is losing it. Hey, Bruno. Come lay down, Baba. It's raining outside. It's cold. Yeah. And when I'm done here, I'm going to give you lunch, which is going to be yummy. You're in for a special treat today. Sorry about that. So, your focus for October is to open yourself to really become present in life with the everyday things. A lot of times in life, you want to achieve those big things. Hey, come here. I'm just going to pause this for a moment. All right, sorry about that. So your focus for October, beautiful, beautiful Taurus, is to really see the magic of life, to really, become quiet, to consciously become quiet, to take pleasure in the small things in life. Thinking about opening a tap and the water is flowing, feeling that water flowing across your skin, taking in a deep breath and becoming aware of what that feels like. Walking through the garden and feeling the leaves underneath the palms of your hand. That'll really, really shift your energy into the present, and in the present is where all the magic is. All right. Now let's just quickly clarify for you for this month of October, but let's focus again on the energies that have brought you towards where you currently are. So we're looking at those guilt energies. And even though, when you look at this guilt energy, even though it looks very over the top, if you look at this card where you're heading, you see there's still beautiful flowers over there. So I would say for you, it's more like you've become aware of the things that are withholding all the magic from you, And also don't allow yourself to be distracted by the small things, like a plane that's flying up above, by a dog that's barking, or all those sort of things. Really focus on the little magical things. As I said in other videos, it's like looking at fish, or my fishes. Fishes have been swimming for billions of years, but every time I look at it, it's something new for me, and it brings me into that beautiful present state. And so find something that does that for you. It could be your children, it could be art, it could be a plant. When is the last time you've really, really, really looked at a plant and seen it for the magic that it is? You've got this thing that somehow just grows and then makes flowers and sometimes fruit and whatever. That's really magical. All right, recent past energy, where's it brought you? You've got the High Priestess over here, which is the oracle that always speaks the truth. You've got the Seven of Wands, and you've also got the King of Pentacles. And the High Priestess is that moon energy. It's about your emotions. It reminds you that you don't always have to be on top of things. It doesn't matter whether you are a spiritual teacher or a leader or a parent or a partner, whatever. You don't always have to be on top of things. You are allowed to not have a good day or not a good week or whatever. Something beautiful that my cousin said a little while ago is that you are allowed to feel how you feel, but you are responsible for how you communicate that to others. And you are still responsible for communicating. Sometimes we keep it inside. There's no need for you to be this over-the-top strong person. I can see some of you dealt with some emotions over there. But also it's brought you into the space of prosperity. So sometimes we need to see what are the things that are not sort of like, in congruence with our greatest flow, so we can say goodbye to those things. They serve their purposes. And I can see that for some of you, you needed to become really quiet to sort of hear yourself. Maybe you haven't given yourself that opportunity, which you now have. And so there are certain things coming to light for you. in your current space, you've got the Five of Wands, you've got the Four of Pentacles, and you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So some emotional conflict might still be happening at the moment. Some of you might feel that, well, it's my responsibility to help other people. I must help them succeed. Which, if you feel that's your thing, then that's your thing. But not at the cost of yourself, you know? Don't throw yourself in the fire to save someone else. Your life is about yourself first and foremost. And don't help to the point that it almost takes you back into the dark. Don't help to the point that you've got nothing left for yourself. You give to yourself first, and then when you give to yourself, it's such a beautiful thing. Your cup becomes so full. There's such an overflow. There's such a surplus that you can give from abundance, from prosperity. Remember that if you're looking for balance at the moment, if you can find the balance in your heart and your mind for yourself, not by what other people say you should do, but if you can find peace within yourself and your heart for your choices, that is unlocking the doors of prosperity for you. And just looking at that focus for you for the month of October, and remember in October the focus is focusing on the small things, the ordinary things, because those things in life that are magical that money couldn't possibly buy. Okay? And you can even, it doesn't mean that you have to look at things that are sort of I was going to say flowers, but flowers are not cheap anymore. But, not, for example, some people will say, well, I'm not going to look at diamonds because, diamonds are expensive. Well, here's the thing, diamonds are only expensive because people said they're expensive. And short little history, little thing, a quick is that, that big diamond that is in the, it's not in the crown of the Queen anymore, Her Majesty rest her soul, it's now in the crown of Prince Charles, but like that big diamond, that diamond was found in South Africa, and it wasn't taken by the British Empire, as so many people believe. It was given as a gift. But because obviously it was in the crown of royalty, diamonds became incredibly expensive. And so look at the things in life that are magical to you without placing a monetary value on it. So just because I say the things that money can't buy doesn't mean that you're not allowed to look at the things that you like as well. Okay. So 8 of Swords, the World, and the Strength energy coming up here for you. The World is that Saturn energy, which is those bigger sort of cycles. Strength is Leo energy, stepping into your strength. There will be challenges that are coming up for you in the month of October. Just because a challenge seems big, and this is a big one for you, doesn't mean that the solution has to be huge and over the top as well. All right? So try to steer away from that. There are cycles that are coming to an end, and at the end of things, things always seem quite a bit bigger than they are, and there's a lot of healing that's coming for you in the month of October as well, which leads me to believe that November is going to be really positively rocking for you. All right? But this is a time to really focus on the things that make you happy. All right? And when you do that, you'll have so much more to give to yourself and to others. So that's what I got for you, beautiful Taurus. I hope that helps. If it is beneficial for you, I would really appreciate you liking the video. It really helps me on the YouTube algorithm. If you feel that maybe somebody else will benefit from this reading, go right ahead and share it with them. Also, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to the channel and hitting that all notification bell so you know when your weekly readings are coming out. I'd like to thank you for your time, your energy, your love, and your light. Namaste. I'll see you next week.